It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas, and lots of pictures are taken when family gatherings, and you don't want to be in the same outfit, but we don't want to spend loads of money either. So I was really lucky when I went to my fabric shop, and I went literally in the remnant box and I got loads of them.
So it was this remnant, 2 black ones, the pink one, the lilac and the green. Yeah, 18 euros for all of those.
This one is only little. It's 110. I have the salvage edges, so the roll was 110 centimeters, 110 centimeters, and I have 70 centimeters long. So I think it's quite tight, but it is enough for a backless top. I think it's amazing because everyone has a black pair of trousers or a black skirt you can combine it with, so it's not such a big deal to have this party outfit. The top is going to be really simple to make. It's ideal for beginners and it hasn't got any complicated techniques to follow. It's just 2 rectangles of material that we're going to use for the neck and the waistband, and then a big triangle sort of that is going to be the top. That's it. It's ideal, it's a really fast make, and you can make it with any little remnant you have around. I'm going to use my front bodice block to make this triangle apart from the 2 ties. Once everything's cut, I'm going to hem the sides of the triangle, sew the ties together and add elastic if necessary. I obviously washed all the fabrics the minute I got home, but I just folded them to put them away, and it is quite wrinkly. So a bit of a press first, and then we can cut easier and it will be nicer, of course. And I'm pressing it on the wrong side because it's like a satin and I don't want to ruin it. And I have it in a synthetic, yes, not in cotton. I'm going to use my block of measurements just because I have it, but you can trace it from a t-shirt. And why the block of measurements? Because I want the whole neckline length from shoulder to shoulder, and that way I can gather it a little bit and it won't be as narrow up here. And then on the bottom I elongated it a little bit because the block of measurements only gets to your waistline, so I added 8 centimeters extra. And then on the sides I've added 15 centimeters because I don't want it just to finish here on the sides, but to surround the waistband. And okay. And what else? Now I've raised the sides 1 centimeter because that's the seam allowance that's going to get in the waistband, and then to go down the sides I'm going to go straight at first, but then I'm going to curve it, because if I go straight down I'm going to inside the armhole, and that will be uncomfortable, so we need that bit of a curve. You see, if I go down on a straight line, I'll be getting in the armhole line, and that will be terribly uncomfortable. So I'm going to trace a straight line so I don't miss anything, and the armhole point, the one that is the inner one. So that way I can then trace the curve, and I'm going to be using my French curve for that. If you don't have one of those, just with having the armhole already marked, there won't be a problem. You just mark a curvier line and that'll be it. And what I'm going to do first is to hem the sides of the triangle so everything is nicely done once the ties go in together. And even though the two ties are going folding inside and sewing on top, I'm going in the front bit. I'm going to try to hide those stitches. So I'm going to first sew right sides together the front, and then once I fold back, I'll be stitching along the first seam inside it, so that way we don't see anything, and then the rest will be just top stitching. Problem sewing it, not as much problem sewing it, but problems with the machine. I don't know what to do about it. The thing is that it's a delicate fabric, so the dents at the bottom, the ones that make the fabric go on, were biting it, they were getting a bit rough with it, and it looks a bit damaged now. So I don't know what to do, because if you put them down, then the fabric won't go on and you won't sew properly, I think. So I'm a bit lost there. Let's see if I press it and it looks a bit nicer then. Once I tried it on, I was really upset because the sides had lost their shape and it was way too loose. So I decided to go ahead and sew some elastic, some emergency elastic, so I could put it on. I have multiple doubts about the construction of this top. I don't know, I know this triangle shape leaves the sides on the bias and it's going to stretch a lot more, but I didn't expect it to stretch that much, and the shape of it changed completely and I didn't know what to do. I was doubting if I should cut the waistband and reshape it, but in the end I added the elastic. It looks okay, it's not a problem, but I'm not sure what's the solution in order to trace it first. And then the problem with the machine, I don't know what to do with the little dents. They made a mess out of the collar neckline, but I don't know what to do, because if you put the bottom plate, which I'm still missing, then the fabric won't go on and you won't be able to sew, I think. So I'm not sure about all of this. Let me know down in the comments what you think. And of course, don't forget to subscribe if you're new around here and you got this far, because I upload a video once a week, and you can even give it a like. It helps me a lot and I really appreciate it. So I leave you other stuff for this Christmas wearing, so you have plenty of options. Bye! Hola, hola, hola. Stretch. Stretch.